Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy goes absolutely mental. He's buying Bitcoin like crazy once again. Right now he accumulated $444 million worth of Bitcoin. But did he buy the bottom or the ultra high time frame top? Let's analyze.
My crypto paradise.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the Paradise Club, this is Simon from My Crypto Paradise. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday and we have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. California Governor Gavin Newsom to launch a meme coin. Let me know what do you think. Should people in this kind of position be launching a meme coin like some crypto Twitter influencers? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And today we will be looking at weekly, we'll be going through daily, 4 hour, and we will finish with 1 hour time frame. As you know from the previous video, we have been expecting that Bitcoin will start rising towards this resistance level right here. As you can see, Bitcoin is doing right now exactly that. We are at this resistance and the question is, are we about to break above it? Michael Saylor is breaking, right? So probably he might have some insider information, or are we gonna have some sneaky correction? We will analyze in this video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do multi-time frame analysis as always, some order flow and Elliott wave theory, price action counting. First of all, however, I want to share with you that loads of people are getting right now wrecked. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the cluster that I have been sharing with you in the previous videos, and right now the retail is getting really out of their over leveraged short positions. If we however take a look at the trading sentiment, as the price is going to the upside, the trading sentiment is right now in the middle. It's not crazy at some 0.8 or 1% greed number. So the crypto trading sentiment that you can monitor with me on our website mycryptoparadise.com is still kinda in fear, in this kind of disbelief, right? What does it mean? We will be discussing that, but pretty much you might understand that when the retail is not fully invested yet, the price action can continue further, all right? If you take a look also at the fear and greed index that you can be monitoring with me on our website mycryptoparadise.com, the same thing we are seeing. Look at the 15 minutes time frame. The Bitcoin price is going to the upside, ladies and gentlemen, but the fear and greed index is right now at 20. All right, on 15 minutes time frame, we are going a little bit to the upside from the 20 on 4 hour time frame, but as you can see, it's not really moving in some extreme territory just yet. So still the fear and greed index is kinda neutral. All right, nothing crazy. We have been at 20 at the fear, that what I have told you, that usually these kind of fear moments are great for buying, right? We have got them on multiple time frames, ladies and gentlemen, and right now we are still not yet at that 80 point, which is usually working as a top signal, right? So you can monitor this with me on our website mycryptoparadise.com. and right now let's jump into the price section. Let's take a look at some technical indications. So on the chart, on the weekly, you can clearly see we will be basically going through the basics that I'm telling you for multiple videos already, that right now a second weekly candle got closed below this channel, all right, especially below this ascending trend line. What does it mean? It means that we are having the break, right? The same thing was happening on the lower time frame as we are breaking below the channel. Firstly, if we are about to change the trend from upside to the downside, we need to have a break, right? So on the daily time frame, we have got something similar with a rise in volume. If you take a look on the ultra high time frame price section right now, we have been breaking below the channel, all right, with rise in volume. This is a bearish sign. However, right now we are touching a moving average trend line. Does it mean that I'm crazy shorting on a weekly time frame? It doesn't, right? Because we have been touching our support. So this was nicely working. As you can see, our moving average trend line is working absolutely perfectly. And what's gonna happen with the highest probability is a reclaim. The same thing what happened on the daily time frame. Once you have a breakout, you are not panic selling right here like everybody else. You are waiting for confirmations. And from confirmational perspective, if you want to say that the channel is getting broken to the downside, you don't only need a breakout, you must wait for a proper bearish retest, which is gonna change this support into a resistance. Exactly. So break and retest is the proper reclaim. Remember, reclaim keyword is the important word, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen, you always wait for reclaims above the support or below the resistances, alright? So we have got a nice reclaim retest, and then we have knew that this is no longer acting as a support as it did right here, but it is right now acting as a resistance, and that was also one of the reasons why we have started to crash. So from the weekly time frame perspective right now, we might have something similar. So we have got the breakout so far below our ascending channel, right? And we will most likely have a reclaim that will touch around $120,000 before we'll continue to go to the downside. Why downside? Because right now we are in the idealized corrective mode wave, aka expanded flat. After we have concluded our motive mode wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here with this ending diagonal, you know that we have been bullish on weekly time frame. On the macro perspective, we have been accumulating right here with ParadiseFamilyVIPs, and I have been updating you here on YouTube and also in our free Telegram channels since 2023, when nobody was accumulating, alright? Nobody was interested in Bitcoin at all. I have told you, go, this is your time. But no, ladies and gentlemen, everybody got interested right here, and now everybody is interested right here as well. That's why everywhere, in social media, on television, everybody is talking about Bitcoin for the past year, right? So these prices are not really beneficial from a long-term perspective. Beneficial prices being in 2023, but nobody was interested for some reason. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, after we have concluded the ending diagonal right here, we have dropped by 30%, right? If you have been around, I have told you, shooting star candlestick pattern, you usually see these at the ends of a bull trend, right? We also have it on our website. If I will find it for you, maybe not. You, however, know about it from the previous video, right? I have been sharing with you the shooting star candlestick patterns. It's something similar like a bullish hammer candlestick pattern, but it's the opposite, right? It's the opposite. We will be talking about bullish hammer candlestick pattern in a minute. So right now, shooting star candlestick pattern, you usually see them at the top of the trends. And once we have got that confirmed with this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern that engulfed the whole body of the shooting candlestick pattern, well, it was another confirmation that we will crash. And by the crash of 30%, you know, once we have been getting these confirmations, you know that we have been taking profit with ParadiseFamilyVIPs at around $77,000. Not exactly at the bottom at that $74,000, but it was enough because after that we have started to pump to the upside. Ladies and gentlemen, right now it's important to understand that we are in the B wave. So this was the A wave, B wave. As you know, all of them are corrective mode waves. So A, B, C, zigzag right now. And probably we have already finished with the highest probability. This B wave, zigzag, you know about it from the previous videos. We've been analyzing the subwaves of this C wave from that ABC zigzag. And on the weekly time frame, it's nicely visible because we have created not one, but two shooting star candlestick pattern, ladies and gentlemen. So not only on the attempt of breaking above our magical $121,000, we have created the shooting star candlestick pattern, but also a double top formation right here, ladies and gentlemen. Double bearish signal. And right now, because we are professional traders, we are waiting for multiple confirmations. We are also breaking below the channel, which is another bearish sign, but you also want to wait for the bearish retest, so a proper reclaim below this ascending channel for you to be able to say with the highest certainty, ladies and gentlemen, we are right now creating the C wave, ladies and gentlemen, which, as you know, from that expanded flat pattern theory of Elliott wave, ladies and gentlemen, the expanded flat is having the C wave as a motive mode wave. That means it's subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That is why you see right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. And as you know, the motive mode wave, first wave, this one right here, is also subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves. So do I believe that we are right now in this one and we are about to have a corrective secondary wave that might retest this resistance? And if it's gonna hold, ladies and gentlemen, are we going down and creating this third wave? And we will finish the whole motive mode wave at around $90,000? Well, right now it's high likely, right? Even though if you will start breaking back above $121,000 for the first time, we might revisit $135,000 and complete the zigzag right there, but it's right now low probability. Why? Because we understand the price action on lower time frames. Why? Because we understand the price action on lower time frames. So here on the daily, you can beautifully see the subwaves, right? So A wave is a motive mode wave, B wave corrective mode wave, and C wave a motive mode wave. Motive mode wave subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got 5 waves already. Take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, which beautifully stopped right here at our ascendant trend line, right? Nicely worked as a support. And 5. The 5th wave is also a motive mode wave. That means it's subdividing itself into 5 smaller waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th one being extended, as you already know from the previous video, right? Smash the like button if you have been watching. So right now, we, with the highest probability, can assume that the 5th wave was already finished. Why? Because the daily candle, right, this one, closed below the previous low. That means if this 5th wave would be an extension and we would have another 5 moves towards $135,000, this secondary wave, which might have been this one right here, cannot close below the start of the first wave, alright? On our website, mycryptoparadise.com, in our MCP Free University, you can learn Elliott wave theory for free from professional traders. So you understand this rule. This rule will be taught to you, okay? So this is one of the rules, what cannot happen. So with the highest probability right now, by deducting what can happen, what cannot happen in Elliott wave, with the highest probability, the 5th wave right now is finished, and we are starting the motive mode wave to the downside, alright? So with the highest probability right now we are finishing the first wave. What first wave? The first wave that I've been talking about right here, that will take us, the whole motive mode wave, towards $90,000, and I'm talking about this first wave, ladies and gentlemen. If we take a look right now on the 1 daily time frame, we are touching beautifully our demand zone. Together with that, this is bullish sign, of course, right? Together with that, we are having a bullish divergence on the MACD histogram. The blue line with the red line is about to cross, alright? If you take a look at the RSI indicator, we are already having a bullish cross. We have been close to oversold area. If you take a look at the stochastic RSI, we are having a bullish cross as well. All of this is supporting the bias that we are about to start the secondary wave that will take us with the highest probability towards around $120,000, which will be retesting the VPVR, which will be retesting, at least with a wick, the ascending trend line, ladies and gentlemen, and having the bearish reclaim, and most importantly, it will retest all of these resistance levels and conclude the secondary corrective mode wave, right? So all of these on the daily time frame are bullish signs, ladies and gentlemen. But the most important thing is how the price action is gonna be developing, right? For that, we need to zoom in even further. By the way, if we will start pushing to the upside towards these resistance levels, we will not only have the bearish reclaim, retest, etc., but also we will, ladies and gentlemen, close this beautiful CME futures gap, alright? So can we get there? Well, there's lots of confluences at this level, right? There's also the liquidity pool, as you know from the liquidation heat map. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see it. I will show you also in the next videos. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we can understand there is lots of confluences, so there's a high probability of touching these resistance levels, alright? From this 4-hour time frame, there is also confluence of Fibonacci retracement levels 618 and 786 by analyzing this wave right here together with this one, ladies and gentlemen. If we take a look at the oscillators, we can see that right now the bullish divergence is playing. As you can see, lower low right here on the price action, a higher low on the MACD histogram. Bullish beautiful cross at this price action right here, which basically told us that with the highest probability we will see the upside momentum. Ladies and gentlemen, bullish divergence is one of the most important signs that you can learn it in our MCP Free University. When the price is making lower lows, alright, but the oscillator is making higher lows, it means that the bearish power is decreasing. The momentum of bears is decreasing. What does it mean? Bulls can start attacking, right? They can start taking over. And that's exactly what happened right here. And right now you can see a beautiful bullish momentum. Are we creating bearish divergence? Well, right now we are creating lower high, right? And at the same time, you already see equal highs right here. So it's some kind of exaggerated bearish divergence, not confirmed yet, but obviously you need to understand that we are right now at this lower time frame resistance that I will be talking about in a minute. So this is some kind of bearish sign. That is why taking profits, if you have been longing right here, right now is beneficial for you, alright? Because you are basically practicing a nice professional trading money management. If you take a look at the RSI, ladies and gentlemen, we are creating higher high right here, lower high right here. Well, another bearish confirmation. Be careful. Not confirmed yet. We don't have a bearish cross at the moment, but you need to be careful. And you can see stochastic RSI already has bearish cross and is in an overbought area. Exactly. So bearish sign as well. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, however, if we can start closing 4-hour candles and building a base above this demand zone level, we will start continuing towards these resistances. Alright. So from the lower time frame price action perspective, however, how likely is that? Alright. So you need to understand that after we have finished the 5 moves to the upside, we are creating a motive mode wave to the downside. And right now we will go through the price action development count. So calculate with me, ladies and gentlemen. If we are right now creating the first motive mode wave, as you know, we are in an impulse, ladies and gentlemen. We are in an impulse. That means that from the Elliott wave perspective, from that impulse, the first wave is a motive mode wave. So it means it needs to subdivide itself into impulse itself or a leading diagonal. And as you already know, with the highest probability, we are creating the impulse, right? We are creating the impulse on the 1 hour time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4. However, the fifth one is an extended one with the highest probability because the third one wasn't, right? So the fifth one is an extension and the fifth one is also a motive mode wave, right? That means it can be an impulse itself or because it's the finished one, is the last one, it can be an ending diagonal. Ending diagonal is special because all of the subwaves, it subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves as well, but all of these subwaves are corrective mode waves. And with the highest probability, we are creating exactly that right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ladies and gentlemen, all of them are corrective mode waves. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, which needs to end at the price territory in between of 1 and 2 right here. So it cannot go above the end of the secondary wave. And after that, we should have the fifth wave, ladies and gentlemen, that should finish right here at our 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level at around $105,000. And if this fourth wave is really inside, trading inside of an ending diagonal, that means if this is an ending diagonal, it should finish right here or maximum right here at around $113,000. So either it's gonna finish right here at around $112,000 and this touch might be already enough by itself. It's finishing at the price territory of the first and secondary wave. It touched the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level that I have analyzed by analyzing this first wave of that ending diagonal. And if that's gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen, it means that we are about to go down towards this descending trend line that I have gotten by connecting these 2 points of the first and third wave, alright, and it's nicely confluencing with the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level. So how can we say when the fourth wave is going to be finished is also by understanding the pattern, the formation of the wave, alright, with the highest probability, ladies and gentlemen, this is an expanded flat, alright, let me show you what I mean by that. Expanded flat, that means A wave is a corrective wave, B wave as well, and C wave is a motive mode wave. So calculate with me. Right here we have got an A wave, ABC, B wave, ABC, and right now it seems like we are concluding the C wave. So we need to have 5 moves to the upside, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, might be the fifth one, ladies and gentlemen. So calculating this, it works nicely. So if we will be holding below this resistance level that I've already showed you like on August 30, alright? If this is gonna hold, ladies and gentlemen, we are going down inside of this ending diagonal. And if this gonna be acting as a demand zone and we will have a nice zigzag, because as you know, first wave, third wave, and the fifth wave in an ending diagonal needs to be a zigzag, alright? So if there will be confluence of zigzag finishing, this support confluence of the descending trend line and the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level will be holding, well, after that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the upside and we will have the higher degree, the ultra high time frame, secondary wave from this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that will take us into retesting the ascending channel, that will take us towards retesting the VPVR, those resistances, that will take us towards retesting these resistances, alright, and it might confluence nicely with hitting the Fibonacci time zone, this one that will basically change the trend from bearish into a bullish. So with the highest probability, once we complete the ending diagonal, the demand zone is gonna be holding, we might start revisiting this resistance on 4-hour time frame at around $118,000 to around $121,000, and it will beautifully confluence with the retest of the VPVR and the retest of the channel reclaim from support into resistance, right? So ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button, watch out right now, monitor the market with us. We are monitoring everything inside of Paradise Family VIP. So if you are in Paradise Family VIP, you are getting our personal trade setups with a clear entry and exit targets. But if you cannot get in for some reason, I will be recording for you videos right here on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So I will see you again on Thursday. Cheers.